Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, you found it. This is the Bible Bistro. Come on in, sit down. Let's open up our Bibles and share some today. Got some great Bible study today in verse 4 of Psalm 14. Now, we've looked at in this psalm the beginning where we have that statement, the fool, he has said in his heart, there is no God. And then we descend quickly. The morally corrupt, abominable deeds, none does good. And then we have the testimony of heaven. The Lord even did some investigating here, and he looked down from heaven upon the sons of men. And what did he find? He found that there was nobody who sought after God. The whole of them are turned aside altogether. They have become morally corrupt. There is not one who does good, not even one. And then verse 4 today, is there no knowledge among the workers of iniquity, who eat my people like they eat bread, but do not call upon the name of the Lord? Well, that's verse 4. Is there no knowledge among the workers of iniquity? Do you hear the despair in that question? This is the question coming from heaven. Why is there no knowledge? Why do they not understand what it is they're doing? They understand how to eat my people like they eat a piece of bread. Isn't that an interesting analogy here, the similitude? They're eating bread, and just like they eat bread, they're eating my people. So the workers of iniquity are placed against the righteous, the people of God. So we have the sons of men. In all of humanity, there are no one who does good, not even one. Paul takes this argument and says, Jews and Gentiles has been proven, both groups. None does right. All have sinned. All are under sin, in which case none are keeping the law, none are seeking after God, none are doing right. So the question then is, how come? Is there no knowledge amongst these workers of iniquity who eat my people like they eat bread, but do not call upon the name of the Lord? Why not? Why don't they call upon the name of the Lord? Well, because of verses 2 and 3. There's none that seeks after God. God was looking amongst the sons of men for somebody who was prudent, who sought after God, but what he found was that they were all morally corrupt. None did good. Why don't they call upon the name of the Lord? Because they're morally corrupt. They're dead. There's none who does good, not even one. They are absolutely gone away from the Lord. They're not seeking Him. They never will seek Him because there's corruption in the heart, and that corruption produces spiritual death, which is exactly what the Lord warned Adam of in the Garden of Eden. He says, if you eat of that fruit, you'll die. And he wasn't just talking about the death of the body, he was also talking about the death of the soul. And so death passed upon all men, for all men have sinned. So this original sin corrupts everything. It destroys everyone. There was a fellow at one time in the history of the church believed that there was no such thing as original sin, and that we had a capacity within ourselves to do good and to keep the law. Well, of course, that's absolutely wrong, and this psalm teaches against that. There is no knowledge of these for these workers of iniquity. None seeks God. We're all morally corrupt. There's none that does good, not even one person. They don't even call upon the name of the Lord. So you see, unless the Spirit of God draws us and calls us and gives us faith, ladies and gentlemen, there is no hope for us, and we're going to see what awaits for the man or the woman who says there is no God, who is morally corrupt, who is dead in trespasses and sins. We'll see that tomorrow in verse 5. So join me then, verse 5 and 6 tomorrow on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.